When I'm doing first principles with fractions, it's tempting to bring the x up, and so you make it 4x to the minus 1, and then you apply your formula, but it all just becomes a little bit clumsy and difficult to work with. And so, like any first principles question, how I would begin is I would begin by very, very quickly trying to do it the normal way. And so I will bring the x up, and I will becomes x to minus 1. Then I'll times it by the coefficient, so it's minus 4, and I drop the power by 1. And I need to write that I've actually done the derivative now. And so my final answer will probably look something like this, but either of these are the derivative. So just keep that in mind. That's where we're heading. We know what we need. Then the subtle trick is, this is the best way to do first principle when you have fractions, is to keep the LCD. Spoiler alert. That's all you really need to do, and you should be fine. Let's see what that looks like in practice. So the derivative is the limit as h tends to 0, and it will be 4x plus h minus 4 over x all over h. And that equals, and I'm just going to, for simplicity, work with the terms here. Both of these will just continue all the way down to the end. So just on the top line, I see fractions. You want it to be an automatic response. When I see fractions, I immediately look for the LCD. So the LCD just on the top line is an x and a bracket, x plus h. Because I think of whenever there's two terms or more, I keep it in a bracket. So if that's the LCD, this 4 needs the random x. This minus 4 needs the x plus h. And that is all over the LCD. And I'm not a fan of triple decker fractions or quadruple decker. And so I'm going to think of h as h over 1. And I'm going to tip in time. So I'm going to bring it to the top and make it 1 over h. Then let's times out the top. So 4x minus 4x minus 4h. And on the bottom, I've got x squared plus xh. I'm just going to keep that in brackets again to be safe. And over h. The 4x minus 4x will disappear. And I can cancel the h on the bottom with the h on the top. We said in the last video that the minute that you have cancelled your h's, you're allowed to let h actually equal 0. And so now into this step, if I make the h 0, 0 times x will disappear. So this term disappears for us. And so in our final answer, all that we're really left with on the top is just that minus 4. All that we're really left with at the bottom is just the x squared. And we can look at what we did when we did it the very quick way, and we see, yep, we got the same thing. In our exam, we can audaciously mark it correct. We know we're on the right track. If you found that helpful, please share this video with friends, subscribe to our channel, and like this video. Thanks.